Hi everyone in Elkhart, Pierre Moran Middle School, and Roosevelt STEAM Academy. This is Peter from Third Coast Percussion. This week we're going to be creating some melodies. We're going to be spending some time going around our house, finding some really special instruments that produce a focused pitch that we can use to create our melodies. And during that process, we're also going to be using some tools to analyze these different instruments. I want to talk really quickly about what it means to have an instrument with a focused pitch. And to do that, we're going to use our iPad with our app, Sonic Tools. Right now, I'm using the SND scope. I'm going to demonstrate a really focused pitch sound, and we can see what it looks like on our app. You can see these very clear waves, which is what we call sinusoidal. Now I'm going to play some white noise, which is definitely not a focused pitch. I paused it on the screen so we can really take a good look at how different it was from our more focused pitch. So now let's take a look at some household objects. You can hear how focused the pitch is. And when I pause my screen, you can see those gentle waves right there. This is what we call sinusoidal. Now let's take a look at the household object that doesn't have a focused pitch. Look at that image right there. Looks very similar to the white noise that we were listening to just a bit ago. Definitely not sinusoidal and definitely not a focused pitch type of sound. The best room in your house to find objects that will produce a really clear and focused pitch is going to be your kitchen. What you're going to want to look for are objects that are made out of glass or ceramic and are circular in shape. Let's take a look at some bowls that I have in my cupboard. Glasses also work really well. If you're playing on a really large glass bowl, like this mixing bowl, sometimes it sounds better to use something even softer than a pencil to play it with. I'm going to use a spatula. A helpful tip for when you're looking for instruments around your house, when you put them down on the ground or on your table to play them, put them down on something soft. Something like this towel. If you don't put them down on something soft, you're not going to hear as clear of a pitch. Put them down on something soft, and now they resonate. So I've gathered a handful of instruments of different sizes from around the house. And now what I want to do is talk a little bit about frequency. Larger objects tend to vibrate slower than smaller objects of the same material. And because of that, the larger objects is going to produce a lower frequency. Let's use our Sonic Tools app to prove this point. I'm going to use the S&D spectrum and I'm going to play this large bowl. When I freeze the screen, it stops at 705 Hertz. That is the frequency of this large bowl. Let's see the frequency of the smaller glass. It reads 1,842 Hertz, which is much higher in frequency than our larger bowl. Smaller object, higher frequency. Larger object, lower frequency. Larger objects vibrate slower. Smaller objects vibrate faster. One of the really cool things about these instruments is that you can change their pitch. That small glass had a frequency of 1,842 Hertz. By adding water to the glass, I can slow down how much it vibrates and lower the frequency. A little bit lower in frequency. Lower pitch means even lower frequency on our meter here. Starting frequency is 968 Hertz. $861 now. By adding water, I was able to slow down the vibrations of the instrument, which lowers the frequency and lowers the pitch. Now that we've gathered all these special instruments, we want to create some melodies with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to arrange them in groups. We want to have groups of at least 3 pitches. You can have more if you want, but at least 3 pitches will give us the ability to create some melodies. Let's give it a shot with some of the different instruments that I found. All right, so I got a bunch of melodies here and a bunch of different groups of instruments that I've been using, so I'm going to put it all together in a song. Hope you like it. So find some instruments that'll produce a focused pitch, put them together in groups and create some of your melodies. Capture some of those melodies on your phones or your iPads and share them with us. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you create. Thanks so much.